All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is AJ. Today, we're going to be talking to you about how you can make $1 million through investing. How can you invest your way to being a millionaire? You know, the $1 million mark has been the most popular marker of wealth among people forever. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. There's just something powerful about that term. So, you can get there, but what we got to do is make money work for you. You can't just only work for money and just keep getting an income and eventually get to be a millionaire. I mean, you can do that. Many people can save money until they're a millionaire, but you can get there much faster and you can control your own growth by making that money work for you by investing. So the first thing we should do is invest 1 second of our time to smash that thumbs up button. Make him turn blue because that is what the YouTube algorithm loves. And if you're not, just make sure you're subscribed. So let's get right into it. How can you invest in a way that's going to make you a millionaire? How can you actually grow to that mark of $1 million, to be wealthy through investing? Well, the first thing you need to be able to do is you need to have enough money to invest, right? If you don't have money to invest, you don't have money to grow, the money can't work for you, you can't have $1 million. So, first thing is to live not above your means, live not within your means, live below your means. Save money. If you have to cut some expenses, cut some expenses. That's perfectly fine. If you could save, let's say $2,000 a month, and you could put that $2,000 into an investment, it is very easy to make at least a 7% return year over year on your investment. Now this is compound interest. It's going to grow exponentially over time. If you could invest $2,000 every month and get a 7% return on your investment, you will be a millionaire in 20 years. So if you start when you're 20 years old, put $2,000 away, you'll have $1 million by the time you're 40. 40-year-old millionaire. It sounds great and it's very, very doable. Now, this 7% number I'm throwing around, it's a conservative number. You really could make more, and historically, markets have generated more than that. But AJ, man, I don't have $2,000. That's still a chunk of change to put away every month. Okay, that's fine. Let's say you can cut your expenses and you can save $800 a month. That's a lot more manageable, right? $800 a month, if you invest that every month and you get that same 7% return, in 30 years, you're going to have about $1 million. So it will take you 10 more years, but you're investing less than half every month. $800 a month, 30 years, you have about $1 million. So if you start when you're 18, you're going to be 48. And you're going to have $1 million in your account. Sounds awesome. I know it does to me. Hopefully it does to you too. Now, the next question, of course, is how can I make sure that I have that $800 a month? Or, how can I accelerate that process? I don't really want to wait 30 years. AJ, I could put $800 today, and I could probably do that every month, but I'd rather be at that $2,000 mark because I'd rather be a millionaire within 20 years. Okay, I agree. After saving money and cutting your expenses, you need to generate a little bit more money. I don't mean necessarily look for another job, although if you can just get another job that pays you a lot more money, win! The other thing you can do is try to generate income from other places. You should have more than one income source. Generate some passive income. Write a book and sell it. Create a product and sell it. Make YouTube videos. Get monetized. Make some money that way. There are many things you could do. You could start a blog and put advertisements on it. There's a million and one ways to make passive income. Do some searching, do some researching, find something you like, rely on your passion, whatever it is. If you're an artist, make art and sell it. Anything. Generate some extra income for yourself that you can use to bridge the gap from that $800 I mentioned to the $2,000 I mentioned. Now imagine if you can invest more than $2,000, you're going to drastically cut down that time. You could do it in 15 years or less. Just depends how much can you invest every month reliably and consistently. Okay, so we know we need to save money, we need to generate some more money, and we need to invest all of that. We need to invest as soon as possible because we definitely will be able to make $1 million over time as long as we're investing properly. What does investing properly mean? What do we need to invest in? There's a lot of different things you can invest in. My personal favorite, and what I think is going to be the least risky, and it's the easiest, is to invest in an index fund, a stock market exchange traded fund, an ETF. Now, there are many index funds. The most popular ones, a fund about the S&P 500 or a fund for the total stock market index. Now, what these do is, instead of buying individual stocks, let's say the S&P 500, those are the top 500 companies in America. If you wanted to own all of them, you have to buy 500 stocks. A total stock market fund is going to have all the stocks, so thousands of them. Do you want to buy thousands of stocks by yourself? I don't. Instead, you buy into a fund, and that fund actually buys all of those stocks. So buying one fund, you're instantly diversified, and that fund should mimic the growth of that market. So an S&P 500 index fund should mimic the growth of the S&P 500. A total stock market index fund should mimic the total stock market growth. Both have easily averaged over 7% growth historically. So we can look at history to predict the future and see that on average, the markets have grown well over 7% on average, even with stock market crashes having happened. Now, this is because investments should always be long-term. Don't expect that you can invest today and next week I'm gonna have $1 million. This is not gonna happen. I mean, is it possible? Yes, we'll get into that, but the risk there is going to be through the roof. So don't worry about that. Personally, I like to use Vanguard for my investments if I'm gonna get an index fund. And there are many index funds across different kinds of markets. So let's say you don't want the total market index. You don't want the S&P 500. Okay. They have high dividend stock yield funds. They have the total international market fund. They have the world market fund. They have the bond market fund. Whatever fits you the best. You don't have to follow what I do. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. The biggest thing is you invest in what you believe in and what you like. I think that index funds are a very easy, good way to go that have been historically proven. Now, what else can I do? I want to do more than just throw my money somewhere that's set and forget. I want a little more involvement. All right, you can invest in individual stocks. Investing in individual stocks is great, and it's an awesome way to gain a lot of education and invest in yourself too. You can learn about how companies work and how they work within the stock market, and you can learn a lot about how the stock market works by investing in individual stocks. The thing here is that it requires a lot more work. You really need to research the companies. You need to research their markets. You need to research their industries. Of course, you're going to learn a lot there, and that learning, that education is invaluable. But again, there's more risk when you invest in individual companies because they're much harder to predict their growth. Although with that risk comes the possibility of higher rewards. So if that's the route you want to go, do it. But AJ, I don't trust the stock market. I really don't want to get into that. Okay, there's many things you can invest in. If you don't want to get into the stock market, you can invest in something else that also has a history of giving high returns, over 7%, even up to 10%. And that's real estate investing. You can buy a property that's undervalued. You could fix it up to raise its value, and then you can rent it out and make a profit. This can make you get a lot of money. The thing is, you have to have money up front. You have to research. First, you need to research the areas so you can find a property that is below the value of other properties in the area, a property that you know you can fix up to increase its value. Then you need to be able to put about 20% down when you buy it. Then you should have 10 to 20% more of the value of the home to pay for renovations and have a little bit reserve cushioning for when things cost more than you expected, because that's going to happen. It's going to happen much more often than we like. And then once you've renovated it and increased its value, you need to research rental prices and figure out what you can rent this for. And hopefully it's a lot more than whatever the mortgage is that you're going to have to pay on it. Then you can net a profit and you can make a lot of money. Real estate investors definitely can make 7 to 10% return on their investments over the long run. No problem. Requires a lot more work, but definitely doable if that's what you like. Again, invest in what you believe in and what you want to do. There is one other thing you could invest in. A really popular thing in recent time is cryptocurrency. Definitely you could invest in cryptocurrency and it could go well up. It could go well down. The one problem with cryptocurrency that real estate and the stock market doesn't have, cryptocurrency does not have a long history. So it's very hard for us to look at the history, see how the market changes, and see how it could grow. The fact of the matter is, we don't know. We really don't know. So you could invest in cryptocurrency and you could make a lot of money in the long run. You can make a lot of money in the short term. You could be a millionaire literally in a year. Who knows? Is it possible? Yes. But I keep saying who knows. We don't really know. That means there is an exponentially high risk in cryptocurrency. But again, there is an exponentially high possibility of huge returns. So if you believe in that, invest in it. Again, invest in what you believe in. If you have a connection to the thing you want to invest into, you're going to enjoy that investment and you're going to get more than just a monetary return from it. And that's awesome. And that's something we should all strive to do. So again, you can be a millionaire in 30 years, 20 years, or less than 20 years by making your money work for you and investing it properly. You could keep your risks down by investing in things like index funds, which is what I like to do. You could go into the stock market and invest in individual stocks. You could invest in real estate, or you could take the other road and invest in high-risk cryptocurrency to make your riches faster. Or, you know what else you could do? You could diversify across all of them. You could invest in some individual stocks. You could buy an index fund. You could buy some rental property, and you could get some cryptocurrency and diversify across all of them, if that's what you really want to do. Anything is available to all of us. So I hope that you found a way that you can invest today. You can save your money, you can generate more income, and use that extra cash to invest, to grow your returns, to set a goal when you want to be a millionaire and follow that goal and hit it. Hit that $1 million mark. Be wealthy. Live the life. You can do it. You can do it in less than 20 years. You can do it in 30 years. However difficult or easy you want to make it for yourself, you can do it, and you need to start today. So if you gained value from this video, please do not forget to smash that like button. Make him turn blue for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe, because we'll be making videos like this every week for you. And if you really did get value from this, share this with your friends. Share the video to everybody that you know, and let's grow the community. I will see you next time.